Okay, well, most people who own a TVR, Griffith or Chimera, will probably be reasonably familiar with that, if they do any work on their own car themselves, that is. It's a bottom wishbone, and what I was going to show you how to do, or how I do it anyway, one method, is how to remove the bushes from the wishbones. So what I was going to do, rather than trying to manhandle the whole wishbone, I'll just remove this adjuster here, and that's the back that I will work on, as it's easier to show the method that I'm using. So basically what we've got there, that's the adjuster off the bottom wishbone. There's a metallastic bush in there which I want to remove. So obviously I think the absolute best method of removing that is to pay somebody else to do it, because they're not that easy. If somebody's got access to proper presses and you know, that type of garage equipment, then it's going to be far easier to do that than the method that I'm doing here. But I haven't got that option. I don't want to pay somebody else to do it, I want to do it myself, and I've got enough basic tools to be able to do it, so I will show you my method. And here we go. So basically what I do is use an old socket, push it into the centre of the bush like that, because what I want to do before I do anything, I want to push this centre piece out. This is the bit that sort of the bolt goes through, so I want to push that out with the rubber complete, and then what I will be left with is this outer steel sleeve, and that is the bit that causes all the trouble. That's the bit that people struggle with to get out. So it's best to separate the bush first and then tackle that piece separately. So what I'm going to do is use a socket, push it into the bush there, and then an old piece of pipe on the other side for it to push through, and then back to my faithful old vise, which seems to get hammered every day, but it still works. So tighten it up, and we're going to push that centre piece right through now, and out the other side with a bit of luck. And so it's quite hard work, even though it's only a rubber bush. It does put up a bit of a fight. But it's going, as you can see. So we're almost through there, just need a slightly longer socket actually to push that through. So there we go, push that one in. And there we have it. So there you can see that's the rubber insert inside. So that pushed out reasonably easily, not too bad really. And now we're left with this sleeve. If I could bring it close up there, you can see the metal inner sleeve there, and that's got to be pushed through as well. So the way I do that is first to put a saw cut down the middle of it. So clamp it in the vise, and then there's two ways I've been using. I've got a pneumatic saw here, which if I put through and activate, obviously that will cut through the bush, but to be honest I think it's a little bit aggressive and you don't have so much control, so my preferred method is put a hacksaw through, and the higher quality hacksaw blades you use for this, the better. You want to make a nice clean cut, but you don't want to be cutting into the adjuster itself obviously. So put the saw through like that. And so use high quality blades, it does make life better. And then just get going with a saw cut. And the actual sleeve itself, they're quite soft actually, so they do cut reasonably easily. So you just have to go steady and not like a bullet agape, and cut right through it and through the adjuster as well. So just bear with me while I cut this. Easy enough to tell when you've actually got through the bush, because it traps the saw blade and you can feel it stiffen up, so you know you've got through there then. So then remove the saw, use that again on another one later. Now what you've got there, I don't know if you can see, but hopefully you can, there's a saw cut right down inside the sleeve there. So again, it's back to the vise and back to the sockets and push the sleeve through. But now that you've released the pressure off it, you're actually in with a chance of getting it through. So it's the same scenario, an old socket, a piece of pipe, get it lined up reasonably well, and then push. And there, as you can see, that sleeve is going through, and there we go. There's the sleeve. You can see I haven't even cut all the way through it actually, it's most of the way, but that's enough to release it. There's my socket, and there's my adjuster ready for a new bush. So that's it, that's the way I remove bushes. Hope that helps some of you to have a go yourselves if you want to. But like I say, probably the best method is to pay somebody else to do it, because there's a lot of them, and by the time you're finished, you've had enough. Anyway, there we go.